Here is one fact about every Unova Pokémon, excluding regional variants and alternate forms. They'll have their own video. Victini was in the obscure Pokemon Battle Chess Black and White version, where they started as an egg and would act as a king when hatched. Snivy has the lowest base stat total of all grass starters at 308. In the Adventures manga, Charon never fully evolved his Servine. Between 2012 and 2013, you could battle Trip Superior from the anime, though it was a Japan-exclusive Pokemon World Tournament download. Tepig was designed by Lee Hyung-jung and was the first Unova starter made. Ash's Pignite is his only fire-type to not know Flamethrower when caught. The first Emboar event was Japan's Pokemon Center 15th anniversary, and players got a pamphlet if they showed an employee the Emboar. Oshawott has the lowest base stat total of all water starters at 308. The Duat line are the only water starters not in the Water 1 egg group. Samurott and the other Unova starters have the same base stat total, 528. Patrat has the lowest base stat total of all Unova Pokemon at 255. Watchog is the only evolved Pokemon with a catch rate of 255. Lillipup's Japanese name is Yoteri, from Yorkshire Terrier. Herdier was designed by Mana Ibi, TCG artist and Paldea art director. Stoutland got a base stat increase of 10 in Gen 6, going from 490 to 500. Purloin's Japanese name is Choroneko, from Choromakasu and Neko, Japanese for to pilfer and cat, but you already knew the latter, huh? Liepard's original debut episode was banned after the Tohoku earthquake. Silent's anime Pansage is his only Pokemon with a confirmed gender, male. Simisage's Japanese name, Yanakie, is Yanagi, Yasai, Na, Yankee, and Monkey, Willow, Vegetables, Greens, and a 1970s Japanese delinquent. Famitsu magazine had a global link code for Pansear in 2012 and 2013. To commemorate Simisear's unpopularity in the Japanese general election, Pokemon centers and stores would give out an air balloon Simisear in 2016. Cress's Panpour shares their Japanese VA with Pole, Kiyotaka Furushima. Simipour's Gen 5 sprite looks like they're playing rock, paper, scissors. Black's Musha in the manga is his only non-dual typed Pokemon. Musharna was designed by Atsuko Nishida, and before the Dream World. Pidove was designed by Reiko Tanoe, who also designed Snivy. Ash's Tranko was his last Pokemon to evolve during a gym battle. Unfezant's Japanese name is Kenharo, from Kenhoro and Kenmo Hororo, the Japanese onomatopoeia of a pheasant cry and cur or brusque. In Black and White only, Blitzel has a 50% chance to hold a Cherry Berry. Zebstrika holds the Thunderbolt category with Electivire. It's Roggenrolla's ears that glow when they're a Shadow Pokemon and go. Ash's Boulder is his only Unova Pokemon without a confirmed gender. Gigalith got a base stat increase of 10 in Gen 6, going from 505 to 515. Woobat is the only unevolved Pokemon to get a base stat increase, getting 10 more HP in Gen 7, increasing their base stat total to 323. Swoobat's Japanese name is Kokoromori, from Kokoro and Komori, Japanese for heart and bat. Drillbur was first revealed in 2010 on Ohasuta, a show on TV Tokyo. Iris had an Excadrill because the Japanese mole is the Mogara Wogara, and Mogara can translate to either mole or earth dragon. Ardeno's English VA is Allison Lee Rosenfeld, who also voiced Nurse Joy. Timbur's name, from Timber and Burley, is the same in Spanish and Italian. Girder's the only Pokemon to have a max link with 5 warriors in Conquest. Conqueror's Japanese name is Robushin, from Ro, Bushin, and Fushin, the Japanese words for old, warlord, and construction work. Temple had a 50% chance to hold a Persimberry in Black and White, and that was changed to a Pechaberry in the sequels. Ash's Palpitoad has only appeared in 15 episodes, the least of his Pokemon. Seismitoad is the only non-poison type to have Poison Touch. Throw was designed by Ken Sugamori and was based on an unused DP design. Sock is based on karate expert Masoyama. Ash's Suwato is his first Pokemon to evolve during a gym battle. Swadloon has a 5% chance to hold a Mental Herb in Gen 5 only. Ash's Leavanny is his only non-starter grass type. Venipede Whirlipede ties Ghastly for the lowest Poison-type HP with only 30. Whirlipede's base stat total of 360 references how they're a wheel. Scolipede was designed by Tomohiro Kitakaze, Mega Mewtwo Y's designer. Cottony Sprite changes between Black and White and the sequels. Whimsicott will try to learn 22 moves at once if evolved at level 1 in Gen 9. Petalil was originally gonna have an evolution between them and Lilligant. Lilligant, made by Atsuko Nishida, was made to be an extravagant princess. In the Ultra games, Blue Striped Basculin will never call for help, despite Red Striped Basculin being able to do so. Sandao's Japanese name is Meguroko, from Meguro and Crocodile, Meguro being Japanese for black-eyed. Besides speed, Krokorok's base stats are 10 points higher than Sandao's. The only Crocodile event was Ryota Absuba's Crocodile in 2018, which was based on the Crocodile of the 2017 Japanese World's Champion. Darumaka has the lowest special attack of all fire types at only 15. Go's Darmanitan is the first main character mon to have a hidden ability. Maractus's Japanese name is Marakachi, Maraca, Cactus, and Mariachi. Dwebble is the only Pokemon in both the Bug and Mineral egg groups. Crusto's Unite move, Rubble Rouser, is based on Rabble Rouser. Ash's Scraggy was an event Pokemon in Japan and Korea only. Scrafty's Japanese name is Zuruzukin, Zuru, Zurui, Zuru, and Skin. Japanese for Sly Fellow, Crafty, and the onomatopoeia for dragging slowly. As revealed in a deleted tweet, Sigilyph was designed by Keiko Moritsugu, who also designed giraffes for Reshiram and Zekrom. James's Yamask is his only Pokemon with a confirmed gender, male. Cofagrigus' Japanese name is Desukarn, from Death, Kan, and Desuka, Kan meaning coffin, and Desuka meaning is it. Tirtuga's line are the only Fossomon with rock as the secondary type. Caracosta comes from Carapace, a covering, and Costa, Latin for coast. Archon is the only Pokemon in both the Flying and Water 3 egg groups. The dex number of Archeops is the Dewey Decibel for feathered dinosaurs. Trubbish in Japanese is Yabukuron, Yabuku, Yabukeru, Bukubuku, and Fukuru. Japanese for to tear, to get torn, lose fitting, and bag. Garbodor had more wild area events in Sword than Shield, 4 versus just 3. Zora's name comes from Zoro, Japanese for fox, and Rua, Irish for red. In both English and Japanese, Zoroark is voiced by Rome Park in movie 13, who also voiced Koichi and Giorno Giovanna in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Minccino is with Bianca in her official deck case, playmat, and card sleeves. A glitch made it so Cinccino couldn't learn the Thief TM while Minccino did. Gothita's Japanese name is Gothimu, from Gothic and Yochimu. Yochimo being Japanese for precognitive dreams. Gotharita's English name comes from Goth, Senorita, and Gothic Lolita. By using the Mirror Herb, Gothitelle can learn Mirror Move in Gen 9. Solosis's Japanese name is Uniran, Uni, and Ran, Spawn in Japanese. Duosion's English name comes from fission, cell division, or cell fusion. In Black 2 and White 2, Reuniclus has a 50% chance to hold a Persimberry. Honey will call Clara and Avery a bit of an odd ducklet, despite Ducklet not being in any Gen 8 games. The English VA for Skyla Swana Kana Ueda would also voice Skyla. Vanillite was designed by James Turner, Shadow Lugia's designer. In Gen 7 and Galar only, Vanillish has a 5% chance to hold Never Melt Ice. Vanillix's Japanese name is Bai Vanilla, from Bai, and Vanilla. Bai being Japanese for double, and Bai being the word for two. Deerling's winter form is the only one that has yet to be in the anime. The design of Sawsbuck actually came before the concept of seasons. Iris's Emolga is their only anime Pokemon who isn't weak to their own type. Karabas's Japanese name is Kaburumo, Mai Kaburi, and Kabuto Mushi, Japanese for Karabas Blaptoids and Beetle. Escavalier is the only bug type in a winning World's Masters Divisions team. Fungus shares the mushroom category with Paras and Shroomish. The only Amoonguss event was Bikajon Yoon's Amoonguss, who was shiny. Furlish was originally just water type, but Ghost was added for balancing, though this did disappoint their unnamed designer. Even though female Jellicent are always existed, they appeared as male Jellicent when uploaded to the global link. Alomomola is the first non-legendary Unova Pokemon in the anime. Joltik is the smallest electric type at only 0.4 inches, or 0.1 meters. Galvantula was made by Saya Soruta, Gen 4 Johto location preview artist. Ferroseed is the only Pokemon in both the grass and mineral egg groups. Ferrothorn Kartana for the highest defensive grass types at 131. The idea of the Clink line came from Ken Sugimori, but the designs were made by Keiko Moritsugu. Kling's the only non-legendary Unova Pokemon who isn't in the anime. Kling's Japanese name, Gigigiaru, comes from Gear. Dynamo's the only electric type who can't learn Rest, Protect, or Endure. Electric was designed by Yusuke Omura, who made Yveltal and Xerneas. With Oricorio, Electros is the only Pokemon in all the Scarlet and Violet dexes. LGM will not close their eyes when they fall asleep. Behem evolves at level 42 for the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where the answer to the ultimate question of everything is 42. Litwig's Japanese name is Hitomoshi, meaning lighting a lamp. Lampen's Japanese name is Lamper, from lamp. Just lamp. Chandelure's ability in Smash Run is absorbing fire and darkness attacks. The former is likely a reference to Chandelure's Flash Fire ability. Axew's English and Italian VA is KZ Rogers, who also voiced Professor Ivy. Fracture's Japanese name is Onondo, from Ono, Dragon, and Dawn. Ono is Japanese for axe, and Dawn is ancient Greek for tooth. Haxorus was the first Unova Pokemon made during Platinum's development. The only Cubchoo event was the Japan exclusive Smash Cubchoo. Beartic got 20 more base attack in Gen 7, going from 110 to 130. Cryogonal learned Solar Beam via level up, but can't learn Sunny Day at all. Shelmet's Japanese name is Chobomaki, from Ochoboguchi and Makigai, Japanese for puckered up mouth and snail or conch. Despite being based on a ninja, a Selgor calls themselves a knight, this being found in Super Mystery Dungeon. Stunfisk, designed by Mana Ibi, was originally a blue water electric type. Mienfoo was made when the designers wanted a fighting type animal. Mienshao was made by Megumi Mizutani, who also made the Let's Go art. Dredigan's the only Pokemon used by both Alder and Iris. Golett had a 5% chance to hold Light Clay in Black and White and Sword and Shield. The English VA for Go's Golurk is Tyler Bunch, who also voiced Lysander. Pawniard has the highest evolution level of a base evolution at 52. The official Scarlet and Violet guide has wrong info about evolving Bisharp, saying your Bisharp also needs to hold a leader's crest. The only Buffalant event was Shigeki Morimoto's Buffalant. Rufflet is the only unevolved Pokemon who can learn Skydrop. Braviary represents August in the official Unova horoscope, so I guess my spare Pokemon is Braviary, since I was born in August. Volibee, made by James Turner, was added late in Gen 5's development. Despite Special Attack being their lowest stat, Mandibuzz gives 2 Special Attack EVs. Heatmore had a 1% chance to hold a Flame Orb in Black 2 and White 2 only. Durant is the only Steel type to have the Insectoid body shape. Dino and Zoilus are the only Pokemon whose only ability is Hustle. Of all Pokemon whose evolution lines only use level up evolutions, Zweilous has the highest evolution level at level 64. Guesses Hydreigon has a move that's good against each of N's Pokemon. Despite not being genderless, Larvesta can't learn Attract until Gen 8. Volcarona was initially just going to have 4 wings, but got 6 in the end to look more powerful, according to Ken Sugimori. Cobalion is the only Sword of Justice with a type immunity and 4 times resistance. Terrakion takes super effective damage from the other swords' types. Virizion is the only Sword of Justice not weak to the other swords' types. Bonus fact, this trio were all designed by Takao Uno. Tornadus was originally going to be red. This was changed so them and Thundurus didn't look like Throw and Sock. Thundurus is the only force of nature to have an advantage against another. The initial design of Reshiram was by Keiko Moritsugu, as said prior. The final draft, however, was done by Ken Sugimori, and while Zekrom stayed mostly the same, Reshiram drastically changed. According to Junichi Masuda, Zekrom was originally going to have 4 hands. Bonus fact, Zekrom is Ken Sugimori's favorite black and white Pokemon. Landorus didn't know a single stab move in the anime. Hiram's cries from movie 15 are those of big cats, unlike Reshiram and Zekrom, who use kaiju sounds in their movies. Keldio's Japanese VA is Shoko Nakagawa, spiky-eared Pichu's voice. Meloetta was programmed to hold a star piece when found in the wild, though, of course, you can't exactly find a Meloetta in the wild. Genesec's Dex entries are the only ones to ever mention a villain team, that, of course, being who made them, Team Plasma. And there you have it, folks. One fact fact about every Unova Pokémon. How many of these did you know already? Which of these facts was your favorite? Is Excadrill your new favorite dragon type? Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe to join the Lot Bunny Appreciation Super Squad today, and become a member if you're interested. It's only $2 a month. Have a nice day, you wonderful people. Caracosa comes, who also voiced Koichi and Giorno Giovanna in Axew's English. Despite special attack being their lowest stat, Mandibuzz. Cobalion is the only Sword of Justice with a type immunity and 4 times resistance. Cobalion is the only Sword of Justice with a type immunity and 4 times resistance. Cobalion is the only Sword of Justice with a 4 times immunity with a type immunity. Cobalion is the only Sword of Justice with a type immunity. Cobalion is the only Sword of Justice with a type immunity and 4 times resistance. Oh my god.